Welcome back. Welcome back to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm your host, Olga. How you doing? What's going on? I don't know. I'm starting to feel like Fridays are working for me, guys. And it seems like, from what the YouTube analytics tell me, that Friday around this time is the best to do a live stream. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments whether you're here live or you're watching the replay. Welcome. And if it's your first time, great to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back, my love. Great to see you. Make sure, no matter what, even if it's an emoji, leave a chat. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you like this content. Share the content if you think more people would enjoy having an open, honest, real, raw discussion without anybody attacking each other. You know what I mean? Nothing but love here, nothing but love. So I'm going to welcome, I have two guests today, and I'll explain the whole thing as I invite them in, and then I will look at the live chat real quick. And we are going to be talking about, okay, well, I'm going to invite them in right now. They're ready to come. So please welcome our guests today, Marissa, Armandi, and Anthony Brown. Hey.
Hello.
Hi,
Happy
Marissa.
Friday.
Hey, Anthony. I like that.
Yeah, baby.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Great to see you guys. So Marissa, as those who've been here before, you know, she's my co-host. I don't even know what to call you at this point, but you look good. Of course, you always look good.
Thank you.
Yo, I love the background.
Thanks,
And the
that's what
butterfly
stood out.
painting, or that painting with all the
Yeah.
your outfit. Oh, on point. Love the color.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
I
look at
changed
your
my
hair,
shirt
so
last night.
cute.
Thanks.
Oh
All
my
these
God.
compliments.
Oh my God. It's so funny how in real life you look older. I don't know if it's because you're tall and you're just
Yeah.
womanly, right? But when on the podcast and if you do your hair like that, you just look,
Like 12.
I know, it's funny. Like, I'm like, am I sounding like, you know, pedophiliac kind of shit? I shouldn't even say that word because we're going to get censored.
It's banned.
Guys, while I'm at it, before I forget, the links are below, but you can find me anywhere in case another video of mine gets taken down or whatever. Make sure to go subscribe on Rumble and BitChute because I always upload there as well. So a total different crowd in those other platforms. But if I could reach as many people, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. I mean, this is bullshit. Because you know me, I'm not going to shut my mouth. But to play their game to this, you know what I mean? But like, I won't say the V word, right? I won't say the C word. I mean, I can't even say certain people's names. And that's how things have been taken down and, you know, shadow ban, all that bullshit. Even by the way I'm talking, they're just like, oh, no, you know, she's a threat to us because no one's going to shut her up. And so I'm like, okay, so if I use these words, I'm not using them because I'm afraid to get censored or canceled or shadow banned. I'm not afraid. I just want to make sure that they don't have the power over me. So if I have to use code words, I'd rather that. But at the same time, again, as you can see, I'm going through circles on this because it really is no excuse. Like, we should not have to do that. I should not have to do that. People don't like my content, don't watch it. You know what I mean? And the platform, you know, YouTube in this instance, you know, you can't just change your rules, add your rules, and then there's no transparency. So you don't really even know what they're doing. And I don't even know how I'm going off on this rant. Anthony.
I was gonna let you keep talking. I'm gonna let you keep talking, man. You already got it straight up.
But this is a great segue to the fact that Anthony has worked with me, has worked at my events. We've also worked together in other ways. And I don't even want to get this started, but Anthony he started a Twitch channel, being a sports commentator. You could talk about that as well if you'd like, Anthony.
Hello. All right. All right. I'm straight learner. All right. So I started a Twitch channel. It's called the Dog Mentality Philly Sports Talk podcast. I do it every Wednesday and Fridays at 2:00, same time, right after Olga's show. and I'm gonna say her name. I'm gonna say your name right because I messed your name up so many times, and like every time I messed your name up, my mom had to correct me every single damn time.
Your mother?
Yeah, because I call you Olga instead of you Olga. So, and that's why I had to like put that in the back of my head, Cook. So every time she says that, she always asks me, "What's her name?" And I said, "All right, Olga." So I have to like, so if I mess up, just give me a zap. All right, just give me a zap. My bad. Like I apologize, but
that's fine. It's just that if you mention me for people to find me, then they're gonna have a hard time finding me. Right?
Yeah, and all the other stuff. But I do 4 for 4. I do Phillies, Eagles, Sixers. You know, you name it. So I do that. I do almost everything. I do question of the days on the start, the beginning of the shows, and you know, we recap the games and for Sunday, like this is gonna be on Monday night games, so I'll be doing it on a Wednesday to recap. And yeah, we have a great time and you know, other things, and you know, you have a little fun and chicky chacky, whatever. But we just have a little fun. That's all. This is what it is.
Sounds great. And who not to give myself credit, but
Okay. All right. I gotta give it to you, Olga.
Oh, no, that's too late now. Now I put you on the spot. No.
Yeah, you didn't give me a chance to prepare, yo. Like, what's up? Like, all right, yeah, I gotta give you for I gotta give you credit though. I gotta give you credit for it because I never knew I had this in me, but you know, it's been a very fun ride with you, and I'm really happy that I was able to work with you and still continuing on, and you know, great. But I will give you the credit, half of the credit.
Well, that's because Anthony had asked me while we were working together, and he helped me and assisted me in my events, and his passion was sports. Like, that's all he could talk about. I'm like, you need it. And I go, what, do you want to be a sports commentator? He's like, I would love to be. I'm like, we'll get it going. Let's get started. And so that's what it really came down to that. But the best part is that you really showed up. You didn't waste my time.
No.
You know what I mean? Because that's what I do for a living. People pay me for that shit. But with you, it was like, just, your heart was in there. Your soul was in there. Your talent was there. It was a no-brainer. You know? Good person, hard worker. And I'm proud of you. Is the only reason I wanted for us to have that little share there. But also, of course, I want everybody to come support you if they're into sports and they love sports commentators. Check them out. I'll put your link in the description below later, Anthony.
Oh, really?
And hey, guys, he's new on the block, you know. And any pointers you can give him, right? You're open.
I'm open 24/7. That's all I gotta get.
Marissa, for those who are new and haven't seen you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so hello. Me and Olga met through Instagram on like a random struck of fate. I'm a photographer. I was helping out with one of her events, and yeah, I pretty much just love to be creative and artsy and fun, and I guess she likes to hear me talk enough, so that's why I'm here.
Oh yeah, well, all three of us, we're very different. And see, this is exactly, I thought that was perfect because Anthony and I, we had talked about, so here's how today's episode of all of us came together. Anthony and I touched base, I forget what it was for. I don't know if it was one of your lives or something, but we were touching base. And you asked me, hey, by the way, I've been watching. Oh, and you had been watching, you've subscribed to this channel, you've been watching this show, and you've even commented in the live chat. And so after, I guess, a few episodes, you came to me in a phone call and you said, so Olga, I never asked you this, but are you like a Republican or like are you a conservative? He just went straight up to like, because, you know, and I was like, and I started laughing. And I'm like, but that's a great question. Because here he has worked with me in the past, has seen me in person, talked to me on a personal level. Politics never was any conversation. Maybe we might have thrown that out there, but it really didn't stick with us. We didn't give a shit, right? Anthony, our connection had nothing to do with politics. But yet, all of a sudden, I do this channel, you've been watching, and it's sounding political, and not just political, but a certain side. which is, I'm trying to do the opposite of that. So I invited Anthony to come to do a live with us all, and even everyone on the live chat, like, what do you think my political leaning is? Because to me, I think I make it pretty clear in almost every episode that I don't take sides. Yet you still, which I love because you're honest. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's why I wanted to have you, because you're honest, you're fearless. Like a lot of people, most people actually, they don't talk to me the way you do, Anthony. It's like you have no filter whatsoever. You don't give, you know what I mean? Like, you don't give me any special treatment except for the fact that you're professional. You're reliable. You're honest. You get what I mean? Other than that, you don't give me special treatment. And because of that,
no,
it's your character and your soul that makes me go, you know what I mean? Like, you are invited in my life. You belong in my world. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reason I'm also saying this is because, so I want to hash it out. I want to know where you got, so that's the first question. I want to know where you got the idea. Why do you think whatever my politics are? And you had mentioned in that phone call that you are a diplomat.
Well, I'm a
Democrat.
diplomat.
I don't give a shit. But the fact that you had to say it or mentioned it, that was important. So I said, you know what? Let's hash this out live. And then Marissa, I go, yo, by any chance, are you having me free this time? Because that'd be interesting, because she's more of like a total neutral. I mean, look at her. Would you might say that maybe she's a liberal because she's got like colored hair? I'm just saying, like some stereotypes here.
Yep.
But I love the fact that she doesn't follow pop culture. She's in her own little world.
Under a rock.
Exactly. You can look at her and she's totally not with the book. Like the cover of the book is nothing what's inside her. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, wow, this would be awesome to get us all three together. And I want her to hear what you have to say. You get what I'm saying? Instead of me having to call her later, be like, yo, guess what Anthony said? You know what I mean? And everyone joining the live chat, please ask any questions. Give me your opinion. Did you think I was on a political side? Which political side do you think I was on? And I want this video for everyone to share, to replay forever and ever, because I'm going to make it very clear for you, Anthony, for everybody. And I got questions to you about your politics as well.
All right.
But let me, real quick, I just want to say hi to the people in the live chat. I don't know if you guys are already live chatting. Welcome, Sean Murphy. I'd love to sit down someday and have a discussion about the world with you. That almost sounded like that song. You know that song? You guys don't know, you're probably too young. That song, oh my God, it's one of my favorite songs. I can't believe I'm losing it. I stop the world and melt with you.
Oh, yeah,
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen the difference. And anyway, I don't know why. Okay, Sean. What'd you do to me? Alba Rios, welcome. Shannon, what's up, y'all? How you doing, Olga? That's right. How you doing, Shannon? Okay, awesome. And then I'm also going to talk about, I mentioned it a little bit in the description. I want to share also the whole DeSantis and the migrants in Martha's Vineyard. Oh. I thought, hello, you wanted to ask me about my politics. I can't wait to talk about that too. You know, that's the hot topic right now. So, okay. So, Anthony.
Yep.
Why did you ask me about my politics? And why did you think I was right-leaning, or did you think I was Republican? Like, don't be shy. I know you're not usually shy, so go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it straight up forward. All right. So when we were talking on the phone, I was looking at all. Like I said, I watch almost every of your videos, and yes, I am a Democrat. But the diplomat, I like the diplomat, whatever. But I am a Democrat. I was looking at your live chat, and some of the people that when you go towards the left and you explain, and then you just attack, the right, you attack the left so much. I was saying, like, do you get people, attack you because you picking the left, the right so much and attack the left, and not like you're picking one side but not the other?
Aha. Well, that's a really bold statement, and it's really the classic of what's happening in the world today.
Yeah.
If I'm attacking the left, that statement is like your overall perception because I'm attacking the thing that you like, which is normal. That's simple psychology, right? You're going to be more impressed by the things that matter to you. But if everyone step back and go, is she attacking the left or is she attacking what this person did or said? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Taking away the politics. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. Is that not correct? No, seriously.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, are you an asshole? Does it matter if you're left or right?
Right.
Right? If you suck at football, you suck at football.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, well, because he's a Democrat, he's a better football player. No. Does he play the game right? Does he deliver? Does he show up? Does he fuck around? Is he doped up? All kinds of stuff, right? So that's where I'm getting at, that I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm calling a bitch a bitch. I'm calling a great guy, great guy. Matter of fact, I'm in the middle of editing a video from a clip from the last live I did with Aaron Rodgers, and how that dude is badass. Like, I think he's a GOAT. Why? Like, I don't even know his politics. I don't give a shit. I like the fact that he uses his own brain and he makes his own decision, and he didn't allow the crowd, the majority, to affect his reason. That's ballsy. It's easy to go along with everyone like, yeah, I agree with you. So I don't even know his politics, but I defend the fact that he had the balls to say, no, I ain't doing it. No, I don't see the logic in this. Sorry. You know what I mean? It's like trying to convince somebody to believe in God. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't shove your shit down my throat. If I don't believe in God, let it go. But you give it you know what I'm saying? But certain people want to shove it down their throat. So, but I that's what I love about you mentioning and questioning that because I bash, and it doesn't just seem, you're right. I'm definitely, if I look at it the way you're looking at it, I'm definitely bashing the left more. But that's because the left is giving me ammunition. Give me something from the right. That's give me an asshole from the right. Fucking, you see me talking about fucking Ted Cruz, that asshole, who's very well spoken. I would have defended him 2 years ago because he was well spoken and he made some good arguments. But, once that guy went to Mexico, remember he was like, I was taking my daughter.
Oh.
Now I won't even mention his fucking name. And not because I'm not a Republican. So for the record, everyone, I'm not a Republican. I'm not even registered as a Republican. I'm a liberal, but not the liberal today. I'm a libertarian, meaning I believe in freedom. That's it. That's where I stand, bitches. That's where I stand. I want to do what I want, when I want, how I want. I don't want you to tell me how I'm going to fuck and not fuck. You want to abort? Go ahead. Do I abort? Me personally, I don't have the balls to fucking abort, regardless of my spiritual and religious beliefs. I personally don't have the guts to do it. I really don't. I don't even think if the doctor said to me, the baby's going to be all fucked up, I don't know if I could do it. I'm brave to defend you. I'm brave to stand up for those who can't defend themselves. But to do something like that to my body, I'm actually kind of chicken shit. That's one way of looking at it, because that is one reason I would not have an abortion. But at the same time, I do believe that life is at conception, and you could maybe think that that's my spiritual beliefs that make me believe that. But actually, most scientists will tell you that, yes, that is life. So the end life is murder. Does it matter if it's, you know what I mean? You know, this big argument with abortion. But for example, the left, supposedly, right? I don't believe in left and right at all. And that's why I also am not a Democrat or a Republican. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. It's a fucking game. It's between like the Eagles and the Jets or something like that. You get what I mean? That's all it is. It's a fucking game. And for everyone to fight over that shit that they created on purpose for us to fight, you ain't getting me there, motherfucker. I'm not the one making all that money, having a big old house in Martha Vineyard, throwing a party for myself, my 60th, with 30-something or more people got COVID that day, and they didn't have to wear a mask. Like, the left, so-called left, is showing me what? So I'm just trying to think, like, I know I asked you, and then I fucking talked all over your ass. But give me somebody from the right who's a piece of shit, and I'll tell you he's a piece of shit, or she's a piece of shit. Give me one. Give me one fucked up thing from anybody from the right. Like I said, Ted Cruz going to Mexico, when people are freezing to death, right? Because they had no gas. Do you know that story, Marissa?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't even know the story?
No.
Do you even know who Ted Cruz is?
I do know who Ted Cruz is, but I have
Okay,
no
what do you
idea
think about
that
him?
he's in Mexico.
Yeah. People freezing in Texas. Guys, in the chat, let me know if you guys know the story. People are freezing to death in Texas with the whole shortage of gas because they shut all this stuff off because of climate change. Again, I'm being very short to the point. And this guy's caught in Mexico saying his daughter wanted to get away where we're all fucking locked up.
Oh my
It's not
God.
just people freezing to death in Texas and not having gas for heat. It's the rest of the world. So believe me, bro, the Republicans are disgusting more than ever in history. But see, that's the thing. This is the other reason why I cannot take left or right. Go down the rabbit hole. Go down to the 1700s, 1750, right before 1776. Find out who the Democrats were. Who created the Ku Klux Klan?
David Duke.
Was he a Democrat? The actual the Democratic Party was the one that created KKK.
Really?
Also, the woman who created Planned Parenthood. But I want you to look it up, and we can rebuttal whatever you want.
Yeah.
She started it because she wanted less brown people in America. That's why she started Planned Parenthood. Look her up, and that's disgusting. And but the liberals are thinking Planned Parenthoods or aka Democrats. So that's what I'm saying. It's like everyone's talking shit because whatever the TV puts out there is what you know, right? If the TV is not telling you the facts, how are you going to take a side? How are you going to accurately take a side, right? Since I know that they're all full of shit and even history is not even written correctly, then that's the other reason for me to stand in the middle. Like, I ain't going there. I ain't going here because all your hands are dirty. I mean, back in the day, what was the Democratic Party is now what the Republican Party is. They flipped it on top of it. I mean, they fuck with us. They're fucking with us. But I respect you nonetheless, Anthony. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. I don't give a shit. I care how you treat me. And you know what I mean? And I'm sure you care that too. Yeah. But it's funny how you feel like I'm bashing left. And I like that because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that you know what? Let me ask you the question. You answer me. Why did that bother you? Why did you catch that? Why did you go, she seems like she's beating up on the left? More than the right.
More than the right.
Or at all.
I mean, I'm going to put this pretty fair. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep it R. I don't give a fuck about politics, to be honest with y'all. I really don't. But my mom always tell me, know what's going on. So I have
That's true.
So I have to know what's going on. So I watch, like I said, I watch every video, and I'm just, like I said, I'm on the live chat. I look at people, and there was like this one person, and I forgot what it was, but it was like the whole Mar-a-Lago thing. I think we spoke that on the phone too. The whole Mar-a-Lago thing, and there was one person that said, "You guys are delusional. It is real," and they thought like you were like, making all these conspiracy theorists and all that stuff. Because now that's like out there now, so it's just like, so that's why I see how a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're on the right side so much, but you attack the left so much. Why can't you do it the opposite?" So that's why I was watching, but and I don't know why this is happening with this, and why we just can't just be disagreement and agreement and disagreement, whatever. And so that's why that's why I asked you, do you get people attacking you because you're they think you're a Trump supporter or you're a Republican?
I get a lot. I seem like a lot of the subscribers that I get are far leaning. I mean, far right, not far right, but just right leaning.
Yeah.
Because some of the content that I cover, like the music that I cover, but even some of the songs, Marissa, the Tom McDonald, he's making it constantly very clear that, I just want freedom. You know what I mean? And you guys are hypocrites. And so the left doesn't like that because nobody likes to be called a hypocrite, especially to their face, right? So it seems like the right is more attracted to that kind of a thing. But if you call somebody out from the right, and that's why I asked you, I'm like, give me somebody from the right that I can pick on. Give me one right now.
Jim Jordan.
Who?
Jim Jordan.
Who's Jim
It's
Jordan?
Jordan. He's a right. He's like Trump supporter, all everything. He's behind everything he says. You know, conspiracy theories, everything. Like that's why I say Jim Jordan, because he's like the most like Republican rah all that. But that's
Well, tell me what he did wrong, or tell me what did he say that's messed up, wrong, pathetic, loser, disgusting, hypocrite. They all are, first of all.
Yeah, they all are. I mean, they
How
all
many
are.
degrees?
I can't even say that both like for Democrats, they all are. I mean, everybody are. I'm keeping it real. But
I think Olga said something like a couple minutes ago that I think really I agree with. It's not even a matter anymore of who's on what side. The sides are like a lot of Republican things and Democratic things are all kind of the same thing. I feel like the sides are just there so people can argue and fight over it. Pick a side, fight for the other team. Pick a side, defend something. Like, I don't know. I feel like at least my generation, I feel like is very neutral typically with that kind of thing. And I feel like honestly, everybody, it's hard now to get someone who's leans 100% one way and 100% another way. You know what I mean?
It's disgusting. It's like either you like Chinese or you like Mexican food.
Yeah, it's like, why can't you?
I like
What?
both.
I eat everything.
And
I make
pizza
everything
and
from
ice
scratch.
cream. Yeah.
And I'll make food from every freaking country. And so that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I met this guy years ago who was a Vietnam vet, real nice guy. I think he was a photographer. Anyway, he had many hats, but great guy. And one day I'm like, we were going to meet for lunch. We were doing business together. And I said, hey, you know, because I specifically love, like, for lunch, I love, like, all the Asian stuff, you know, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Malaysian, you know what I mean? I love all that, Korean. And so I asked him if you want to have lunch at this Vietnamese place, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't eat Vietnamese." I was like, "I haven't touched that food since I was there." Because of what he saw and what he went through in the war. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, it's a food. But I get it if the food has a memory and attachment, right? I get that. He's got trauma attached to the food. You get what I'm saying? But when people are like, you know, I don't go in this place, or like in Philadelphia, oh, if you're not jab, jab, you can't walk in here.
Yeah.
Now, does that sound liberal? I didn't ask the owner what side of the party he was on, but what part do you think he was on? Do you think he was a right or a left?
Or just strictly following the rules of the left.
Yeah.
Right.
For show.
And it wasn't even a city
Fine
implanted
show.
rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never was. And I made it a point that when I walked by these places, because I actually went to Auschwitz, I actually lived in Germany, and I know the history, and I've been to those sites. And when I walk by, I can't help it but to think of, like, again, even by saying the word Nazi, I get flagged and shadow banned on this channel. How about that shit? Why? What am I saying? We're talking history, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what's
well,
wrong with
that's
that?
all.
I'm not accusing anybody. These are facts in history. They did teach you guys that in school, right? Or did they skip that over?
Well, they taught me in school. Yeah.
Okay. So if they taught you that at school, then we should be able to talk it here, but apparently not. Because ever since the V and the C and the jab and the pandemic, then this is it. And my thing is, it's like, you're not going to make me go nuts with you people. You're not. So check this out. So I pulled this up for us today, Anthony, for anybody watching that's a Democrat. I want the Democrats to watch my channel. I do. I have no problem. I want everybody to watch my channel. I want people to be honest and do not get sucked into this bullshit, because are their bills being paid? Are they living in a, 10-bedroom mansion? Most people aren't. You know what I'm saying? And yet we're the ones fighting with each other, because the left and the right, you see, they get together and they party together. You see them. They don't stop hanging out. And I have my whole philosophy where they're like rubbing each other's back and stroking each other behind the curtain. Just like I said my last live stream about people in Hollywood. It's the same shit. Hello, Kim Kardashian's one of them. The rule's for you, not for me. the queen, and the queen just died. How much you want to bet that now the real war is going to come out now? Pretending that because it was a female queen, there's not going to be a war. Oh, the longest reign in 70 years. Dude, and then if I fucking dare to question the fact that she died weeks ago, I'm conspiracy theory. Did you see when the last live stream I did where the rainbow came out and everyone's like, look, the queen, the rainbow came out. She's not a saint. What the fuck does she do that's so amazing that was saving humanity in any fucking way? She doesn't work. She gets paid from the tax people, and she's a non-elected official. And that fucking rainbow, shut the fuck up. That rainbow came out because I'm telling you, now you could say I'm wrong. I'm not saying you personally, Anthony. I'm talking to the masses right now. I'm going, if it's my right to believe that fucking rainbow came out because the bitch, ding dong, the witch is gone, yes, that's what I fucking think. And we don't have to fucking agree, and I'm glad you guys are laughing. You see what I'm saying? Like, chill the fuck out. The comments that I'm getting over that shit, and they don't piss me off. I'm loving it. Because the more people talk on my channel, that's what this is about. You don't have to fucking like me, but dare to listen. Dare to challenge me. I dare you. I dare you left and right, center.
It's funny to bring that up because I feel like nobody gave a shit about the queen until she died, and now everyone's like, "Oh my god,
who the fucking
praise her?" Like what? Who was talking about her before that? Nobody.
No, they're doing it on purpose because they want us to be distracted again. Anthony, that's what I'm saying. It's all a distraction. I mean, I love the fact that you mentioned it and you made it very clear that if it wasn't for your family and stuff like that, that you're kind of like us. Like,
it was funny because you said,
but more people need to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Because one of my coworkers did exactly the same thing what you just did. Ding dong, the bitches did. One of my coworkers did the same thing, and she was like, and I don't give a fuck about the queen, to be honest with you, because I really don't care. But
please.
And she was saying like, yo, she killed Princess Diana like years ago. Like when that happens, I sort of like believe that. But I mean, she is a bitch, to be honest. But I mean, and like every news like having, she had like the funeral was at Monday, and they have like 4 days straight till Monday to the actual funeral, like everything, like it's like on CNN, it's mostly on CNN, a lot in NBC, MSNBC, and all that. But like, you know, I mean, how many more coverage of the queen do we have to see? Because now I'm like, I don't even like, I turn it off every time that joint comes on. Like Monday, I ain't gonna be watching it. Well, just like I say, I don't care, but it's like it's nonstop every single time that we gotta watch the funeral of a queen. Cause she died like what? I'm like Monday.
What's broadcasting mean? Casting spells.
Oh,
propaganda. Everything they do. If it's on TV and somebody goes, "Did you watch what's on TV?" Oh, wait, go ahead, Marissa. Go ahead. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling your witchiness. Go ahead.
No,
in a good way. I mean, psychic.
I just feel like I always.
Oh God.
Like everything you're saying about like, I don't know, broadcast. Like they're showing you what you want to see, the distractions, like all that stuff. That's 100% what it is. There's nothing else going on right now, so they're just.
Yeah. No, if it wasn't
watch this and think this way about this thing. Like it's disgusting.
Scripted. How many times do I say in my lives, cancel your cable? Cancel your fucking cable. If everyone canceled their fucking cable and don't even vote, right? What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah. You would live a whole different life if you didn't have.
Get the fuck out of here. Do not participate. You know when they say silence is compliance? Bitch, complying is also saying you're casted. You know the little swirly circles in the fucking eyes when people are fucking hypnotized and fucking.
Big brother.
Bitch, are they putting food on your table? Is the food costing you less or more? Okay, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Left or right? Come on, now be honest.
Both.
What does the TV say?
Both.
But the TV doesn't say that. The TV even tells you everything's fine.
Everything's fine except for climate change.
And obviously the television, the casting is working because nobody's fucking writing. I mean, wait, hold on. Let me go back to this Democrat thing. So let's make it very clear that people don't even, my argument is also that they don't even know what democracy is. To be a Democrat, you need to know Where do they come from? How did it start? And what's their fucking purpose? Well, before that, you'd have to find out where the word Democrat comes from. Democracy, right? Now, doesn't this sound more libertarian to me? Democracy, government by the people, exercised after directly or through elected representatives. So England and the Queen, she's not a Democrat. Can we agree on that? She wasn't elected. Mm-hmm. Right. And they're elite because you have to have special blood. You have to have blue blood. Right? All made up shit. How the fuck are people still swallowing that shit in 2022? I can understand a couple hundred years ago that people thought there was a thing called blue blood. Not now. Not now. So, I mean, this is just retarded that we're just going to keep on going and keep on going and then let them tell us what is and what isn't, what we should think or not think, make us fight with each other because, of course, that's divide and conquer. This is the other reason why I don't want to talk about, but I love, again, Anthony, bringing it back to you. I love that you pointed it out because how many times, Marissa, you've been in a few lives with me, how many times do I constantly say, I'm not left or right? In fact, I say, let's stop even using those words. Yes or no? Mm-hmm. But it's funny because even if I don't use those words and I'm trying to lead by example of let's stop using the words in order to have a better, open, honest discussion so that we can all do better, help each other, and be happier and a better, more thriving society. But still, if I'm attacking the people that you know are left or the organizations that you know are left, then of course a lefty is going to watch this and go, oh, she's on the right because she's attacking the left. I'm just going to attack what's happening. Like here, democracy. Democracy is a form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation or to choose governing officials to do so, who's considered part of the people, and how authority is shared among or delegated by the people has changed over time and at different rates in different countries. But over time, more and more of a democratic country's inhabitants have generally been included. Now, this is Wikipedia. So again, we got to consider the source. Is Wikipedia the know-it-all? Is that really the true definition? Government by the people. Okay. So if we are we the people, then where is the left and right not on agreement on this one? We all want fair elections, fair and accurate elections, right? Well, supposedly the mainstream media is predominantly driven, owned, and ran that machine by the left, literally. There's nobody right in there, or they get fired, or they have to quit. Okay, so that's it. You've got to be left. You got to believe in it. You got to stand by it. If you don't want to, you lose your paycheck. I'm sure people that used to supposedly be funny, like Jimmy Kimmel, he sold out because that's his paycheck. So he's going to say everything they want him to say because he's getting paid to say. Whether he's still funny or not, that's a personal opinion. But what does the right not want that the Democrats have, that democracy stands for, right? But yet now all these platforms, especially YouTube, you cannot question the elections. I mean, we're having our government officials having hearings where they're like, do you still believe that, are you still questioning the election? What's the word? Authenticity? What's the word?
Was stolen.
Yeah. Well, wasn't the left having seizures over when Trump won and for nonstop the entire 4 years? And like I said, I wasn't a Trumpster. I'm not a Trumpster. I'm a middle person. And yet, while sitting on my ass on 2020, I started to pay attention because I had no choice. Because if I wanted to stand up for my freedoms, I had to do my fucking homework. And I had to really watch these people and really fucking watch them. And just seeking for the truth. In that part, I am very spiritual and very religious, that I do believe that there is a higher power. And I asked that power to tell me to see the fucking truth. Because I know that the truth will set you free. Period. Yeah. Period. So you tell me how the left is different than the right when it comes to these things. Government by the people. We the people. But now that we the people, the Bill of Rights, is looked at as a right side terrorist threats. What the fuck is that shit? It's like it's like parents putting brothers and sisters against each other. You know what I'm saying? Now they're considering that American from the right-leaning Americans, especially Trumpsters, MAGA people, that they are worse than ISIS?
ISIS.
What Democrat or left person sleeps at night? Let's be honest. Because if I said that about, or if you or whoever, right, like if a right person said that about the left, you tell me. If they said that the people that believed in you, not you, Anthony, but the left, the so-called left Democrats.
I'm gonna say, you don't try to put me in painting me a picture, bro.
No, imagine the world, imagine the country was dominated by the right, and we go, anybody who believes in abortion, so again, that religious, like the Spanish Inquisition, right? And so many, so much that the Christians had gone through in history, right? Because they're Christians.
Well, can I ask both of y'all a question?
Yeah.
Can both of y'all can like ask both of y'all a question? This is about abortion. Do y'all agree that the Roe Wade was overturned? Do y'all agree with that? With
Yes.
The whole abortion thing.
I do.
I really don't know much about it. I don't necessarily agree. Like I think abortion is a good thing. I'm on the other side of abortion, but I don't not agree with it because I think there's a lot of reasons that rule was passed that isn't directly related to is abortion okay or not. I think there's a lot of interconnected things that we don't see. The public isn't told. That's I as someone who isn't very into politics would have no idea what the meaning of all that meant. But
yeah, we're in the same boat because I don't know nothing about abortion. I know it's my body, my choice thing, but
yeah, I think I am pro-choice, but I'm also I don't.
So you're not pro-choice?
Me?
And you're a Democrat, but yet you're not pro-choice.
I believe that women should have a right for their own body for whatever abortion. I do believe that. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't think the government should tell you what to do with your body. I agree with that.
I don't think the government should tell you about what you do to your own body. That's why I was like, I'm sorry. I agree. I said to one of the ladies, I was like, I'm sorry. Like, we should not have a right to tell you like you can't have an abortion. That's how I feel about the overturn thing.
I agree. Again, but here we're talking about the freedom to choose.
Yeah.
So when you initially asked a question about the overturning of Roe versus Wade, again, how much did you look into history? Not just you, just everybody, because everybody just jumps. I'm telling you, everyone's sheep. I'm telling you right now, most people that are fucking diehard, that's fucking sheep. Because again, if you look at the Constitution, is it really like you just said, the government to tell the people?
Yeah.
So that should have never came into law. They should have never been talking about, stay away from abortion, and why don't you fucking take care of the borders? Talk about the segue. And we can come back around, but I don't know. I hope if you have any doubts or thoughts, Anthony, during this live stream, please. What do you think my political leaning is now? Is it changed, or do you still think what you thought initially, or did you see?
I mean, you changed. I mean, you changed. You changed. I mean, I don't think you attack. I mean, I don't think you, like I said, I don't think you do left or right. So it's like you said, like you just said. But
for a minute, you thought she's a Trumpster. Oh shit, she's one of those MAGA people. But I'll tell you what, I'll wear a MAGA hat just to piss people off. I don't have one. I'm just saying. If you give me one, I'm not going to be a pussy and not put it on. I'm going to put that shit on. I'm going to walk down the street just like, dude, I got a t-shirt that says, I'm going to wear it next live. I got a t-shirt a friend of mine gave me that says, shut the duck up. Dude, during COVID, when I was walking down the street without a mask, again, see, automatically they also assume if I don't wear a mask, I'm a Trumpster. That's fucked up, you asshole. Like,
and Democrats do it too. We do it too. And
there's still people wearing a fucking mask. And believe me, I've asked people, I've asked strangers on the street, by the way, why are you wearing a mask? Are you Republican, Democrat? And honestly, what I find, most of them are fucking mentally ill and have massive anxiety attacks, or they're super fucking shy and they're happy to cover their fucking face, so now they don't have to worry about people staring at them. What the fuck?
I swear there's some people who liked this pandemic because they could stay inside and didn't have to talk to people. And now they don't have to go into work and drive.
Yes.
Just in all those spots. Like, I get it.
Get the fuck out of here. You know what I want? I want to see people with more balls and more kindness. That's it. And less hypocrisy. No, we're all gonna fucking be little bunches of babies. And me, and you, and them. Fuck you all. Which, again, segue to, I'm glad you're laughing. That's why I really wanted to do this. Because, again, I want the truth to come out. I want people to see me the way you guys have seen me in person. So I really appreciate it, you guys being here. I hope the audience does too. Guys, let me know in the live chat. I'll be reading it at the end.
They're going to call you a Karen today.
I'm a Karen? See what I mean?
You're a Karen today. Everything that you just outblasted, like, oh, this bitch is a Karen.
Now, why is that a Karen? I thought a Karen was like the racist kind of crazy bitch.
Well, yeah, that, but like the anger.
I don't even look like a Karen. But I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
Hey, go ahead.
I can't believe you called me a Karen. Oh my God, I should have one of those soundboards. I actually do, and I just didn't pull it out. But I fucking should have been like me.
No, you should say live, laugh, love. That's what you should say. That's how it is.
Yeah, but what the fuck? I can't believe you just called me a Karen. Karen, Marissa, Karen. You got balls, or you just lost it for a second? So get this. So I had to renew my driver's license during the pandemic, and I went with a girlfriend, and there was a huge line. Man, I was trying to do it online. It didn't work. Like, I even paid for it, didn't get it, and I needed it. I was renting a car, and I needed it for business, travel, So I couldn't wait. I go there. There's a guard. There's people waiting in line. There's some people inside, but there's people outside. I'm like, listen, I already pulled this Vineyard. I don't have all day to wait. Well, ma'am, you don't even wait in line because you can't even get it because this particular location, we don't actually make the licenses. And because of the whole COVID, we don't, the only way to get your renewal is through the fucking mail. I said, bitch, I need it now. But anyway, that's not how I said it. But my friend was there, and I noticed the guy talk about racial profiling look a little Hispanic to me. And this town has a lot of Hispanics. So I go, hey, oye. And I start talking, and the whole line just fucking stops. Because at first they thought I was a Karen.
Yep.
White girl. And I had the baseball cap, had my little yoga pants on, with my little aviator sunglasses, total Karen. Coming out of an SUV, right, in the burbs. And as soon as I start speaking Spanish, everyone's like, and I go, And most of the people in line actually spoke Spanish. And they were like, even the guard himself says, oh my God, I totally thought you were a Karen. Oh my God. It's like,
oh, suddenly you're now cultured and not some basic white bitch. Like
exactly, bitches. All kinds of level of racism.
Yep.
And again, I just had somebody the other day to make a comment on one of my videos saying, let me guess, you're Pérez? That's what you get married to a Mexican?
Oh my God.
Wow, that's not as bad as when somebody told me in Massachusetts 20 years ago, why don't you go back to your country, you fucking wetback? I was like, oh, Spain. Under France? Where's your ancestors? England? Like, Mexico? Where's Mexico again? Like, whatever. Like, dude, I love the fact that I look like the supposed privileged and the supposed racist. Bitch, I lived all over the world. Spanish people are the most racist. Italian too, Greeks too. Yes, I called all you motherfuckers out. I lived in all those fucking countries. Got nothing to do with fucking skin. It's got to do with ignorance. Assholes, idiots, that again, got nothing better to do than the left and the fucking right. The fuck? I used to be a daycare provider. I can get 3-year-olds to follow lessons and logic on their own than fucking brainwashed adults. That's the fucking truth. Once you're brainwashed, you're like, and then you know how hard it is to admit you're wrong? I know. I've been there. Bitch.
I'm pretty sure that's some psychology thing. Like, if you tell someone something so many times, they start believing it, and then it's like, in there, like they can't think any other way.
Yes. And as far as like what you said about abortion, I'm pro-choice. I don't have to like it. It's not my body. It's yours. But again, what about the men that don't want the girl to abort and the girl wants to abort? It's her body, her choice. No, you bitch. You wouldn't get pregnant. And I'm not talking about the rape cases, which, by the way, is the smallest percentage of the abortions being done every day. That's a fact. So don't fucking blow shit out of proportion. At the end of the day, it is your body. But if you had consensual sex and the guy doesn't want you to have an abortion, I want you to answer that question.
I think I like that you said that, because there's people who abuse their right to abortion. You shouldn't use abortion as your birth control. 100%.
That's the whole point on when they call it, what they call it, the women's health, but I forget the name for the abortion rights people. They're like, they just equate abortion with women's health care, women's like sexual productive health. It's like, that's got nothing to do with fucking health care.
Yeah.
You're not getting cured or fixed. You're not hemorrhaging. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're causing something. You're asking for intervention. Mm-hmm. So that's not health. Mm-hmm. If you're a healthy pregnant woman, but you want the choice to do it, that's fine. But don't call that health. Mm-hmm. It's birth control. It is birth control. And then if we have contraception, wouldn't that be better than even having the choice? And again, why aren't they talking about all the millions of women? Most women never get over an abortion. Never. They're fucked for life. Yeah. No matter whether they had counseling or not. Mm-hmm. They never talk about the fact that women never, even fucking Fleetwood Mac, she's like, I would have never made the biggest album I ever made if I didn't have an abortion. Again, I love Fleetwood Mac. What is she saying? What is she saying to young women? Is she saying, pursue what you want and it'll be worth it? Maybe it was for her. Maybe you're a cold-ass, superficial bitch. I'm just saying. I don't know her personally, right? I like her music and her artistry, but then she's got the platform because she's famous. The little girls, there's a price. Just like if you sign your soul to the devil, whether you believe in the devil or not. You know what I'm saying? Like when you sign a massive contract that says, here's a loan and you don't pay it off, we're going to up your, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to make you have to pay double. We're going to, like a credit card. We can we give you a variable rate. So right now we'll give you 14% interest rate. But whenever we feel like it, we can give you up to 30% legally. You get my point? Like the little fine line. They're not making women sign that this may cause mental issues, that this may cause blah, 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 blah. They're not being fair. They're not even playing what an abortion looks like on a video so that the girl can make up her mind after she's got all her facts. Do you see what I'm saying? Nah. It's just, shouldn't people have informed consent? Just like with the... Right? I'm glad you... See, I like to have fun. I'm so glad you guys are picking me up. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's really hard for people to have this kind of conversation, even through the comments, even like a replay. I was going to go in the segue since we talked about politics, about the whole DeSantis, but remind me that something I really wanted to ask you, especially because you guys are both here and you're younger than me. I had made a comment about the Olivia Wilde and the Jordan Peterson. Did you guys hear about that? Where she made a movie based on her so-called perception of Jordan Peterson being the incel hero. So first of all, do you guys know who? Okay, you know we're here now. So, what's the definition of an incel?
I'm like an idiot.
I have no idea. You got the wrong person.
You have no idea, not even culturally. Like, you've heard of the word incel.
I heard the word incel. I just don't know the definition.
Do people usually call a woman an incel, or do they call men an incel?
I think mostly like men.
Okay, so we're on to something. What about you, Marissa? What clue? Because this is not a test, guys. We're not on Jeopardy. It's not a right or wrong answer. I just want to know whatever you do know about it before I open my mouth.
I know that I know what it means, I feel like, but I didn't ever think it was like a gendered word. I didn't know it was directed towards men or women, being more offensive one way or the other. Okay,
so incel means involuntary celibacy. So it's another way of saying celibate. But when they put the involuntary, It's predominantly, it could be anybody, but it's predominantly geared at men. And it's been used a lot in the last decade because this is the first time in history that so many young men are volunteering to not have sex. But they're saying that let me make that correct again. So they're not celibate because they choose to be. It's just that they can't get a woman, or women don't want men, or there's a problem with, like, everyone's got their little reasons why. So I had mentioned that Olivia Wilde, when she had mentioned in an interview that Jordan Peterson is an incel hero, I'm like, girlfriend, do your homework, because he's not into that at all. He's into making men be empowered, especially the so-called incels, to get up and do something, to improve themselves, to go to the gym. That in fact, Jordan Peter will say, if every girl you approach doesn't want you, how can she be the problem? And that's the typical answer of an incel. It's the girls, not me. He's like, dude, you can't, it's impossible. You've got to, at some point, after you got rejected so many times, or you're not getting anywhere with women, you've got to, at some point, you got to look at yourself. What is it about me that they don't want? Instead of, you get me, Anthony?
Yeah,
I just want to, just let me know if I'm making myself clear. So I had someone comment, which I actually invited to come to the live today. I haven't seen them. They could be watching and just haven't mentioned anything. But I mean, I hope that
she's a Karen. She's talking about me.
Huh?
They probably like, oh, she's talking about me. She's a Karen. Let me get out of here.
Well, I'm not giving names, and plus, most of these people's names on the the comments, it's like, I guess they have like anonymous type, YouTube names.
Yeah.
I guess this guy, matter of fact, it's funny to names, because I just remember, I just had a vision that his actual YouTube or Google handle is new name. It's funny when he said names. And, he's like, you know what? And again, I felt this guy's pain. But again, I invited him to come to my live. Then he actually commented and said, hey, well, what's your phone number? Like, he was so quick to want to talk to me. You judged me. You were whiny. You acted like, because I didn't have to do anything because I can get whatever I want. First of all, you see the makeup on my face right now? And this is all just for visual. Just hopefully you guys enjoy it, because I ain't doing it for me. Like, I do it for people's, visual pleasure. Hopefully gives you visual pleasure. But I mean, this guy knows nothing about how I was an ugly duckling, how I was a tomboy, how I was a reject, how they stuck me in a comment. I mean, we can go on and on, which is why I wanted him to come to the live. But you know what? Maybe we'll do the next live. As soon as I see his name, I'll be like, yo, you ready? Because I guess he considers himself an incel. And again, that comment, it's like, oh, it's easy for you. It's like, no. Now I'm like, what do you know about me? What do you know about me? You're judging me. Anyway, if I was going to talk about it more, I should have pulled up the comment itself. But what do you think, guys? Should I pull up the comment, or should we move on and wrap up by talking about DeSantis and the Martha's Vineyard situation?
Go to that, because I don't know what that is.
You have no idea?
No.
DeSantis one?
Coming out from my rock today.
Oh, you're going to learn today, Marissa. You're going to learn today.
Here we go.
And I just saw this yesterday.
You ready? All right.
This morning, a surprising scene in Martha's Vineyard. 2 planes filled with about 50 migrants landing on the island, according to emergency management officials. Authorities say the planes were sent from Florida Wednesday afternoon by Governor Ron DeSantis. This video, provided by DeSantis' office, which says it was obtained by a source on the ground, appears to show the migrants' arrival on the island. DeSantis' office saying the planes were part of the state's relocation program to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary destinations. adding states like Massachusetts, New York, and California will better facilitate the care of these individuals who they have invited into our country by incentivizing illegal immigration.
This is really clearly a political stunt.
Republican Governor DeSantis borrowing
Political stunt. Just
a tactic from other Republican governors, moving migrants to other states in order to protest the Biden administration's border policies. Since April, Texas bused more than 7,000 migrants to D.C., which declared a public emergency last week. The state has also bused thousands to New York and Chicago. Local Democratic lawmakers in Martha's Vineyard outraged. Representative Dylan Fernandez posted to social media saying he met with the immigrants at a local church and that dozens of beds have been supplied by local social services, along with meals, medical care, and a play area for children at a shelter.
Some of these people, I've been told, traveled months just to get to the border. And then we're sent here in an airplane with very little information about where they're going or why they were going there.
Carrie, it sounds like the local community pulled together to give shelter and help to these migrants, but were local officials given any kind of warning to prepare for the arrival?
Well, several local officials say that Florida gave them no warning, that they did have to scramble to provide some humanitarian aid to those who are arriving, and they liken it to responding to a natural disaster. Savannah?
All right, Carrie Sanders, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews.
I can't stand these people. They're so fake. And don't forget, I think I've told you guys, I've worked for NBC. Wait. So before I ask you any questions, Marissa, I'm going to show a quick clip of Whoopi and The View and what they said.
Oh. I already saw that too.
You saw that one too?
I know about the DeSantis because they just talked about it yesterday. I got a lot of words to say about that, so I'm gonna just keep it.
Okay, cool. Me too. All right. I mean, I don't want you to have to watch the whole. Well, it's not that long of a clip, but anyway, she starts out. Can you see? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you see? Did I have it? There we go.
Calling themselves sanctuary cities. Now, call me crazy, but I remember the big, tall, green lady, you know, the one that's over on the river, and she kind of said, send me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free.
What the fuck does the Statue of Liberty have to do and being a smartass? Again, you're not telling me that you're left or right. You're telling me you're a fucking asshole. Because how many people are getting raped at the border where there's women that had 22 different types of semen in her fucking vagina?
The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, the tempest-tossed, to me. I thought that was part of what we did here in the United States. We welcomed people, invited people who were going through crap in the countries they lived in, getting abused in the countries.
Right. So that's the only people going through the border. Not any terrorist.
They lived in. I thought we...
Shut the fuck up. Again, this is like virtual signaling. Like, oh, look at me. I care so much. You do? I was hoping she was going to say something better. I really did. But I think these people are getting older and they're fucking just getting paid. And that's all they give a shit about.
Asked people to come here. And I know that Ron DeSantis' great-great-grandma arrived at...
Again, do you see what I mean? Now you got to talk about DeSantis' grandparents being immigrants. It's a jab. And then they're going to turn around and say this is political? I mean, you haven't heard it yet. But, Anthony, if you watched this.
At Ellis Island in 1917 from Italy. She also could not read or write, but no one gave her permission to come. She come, and we still took her in. So I get that.
She was registered, Whoopi. These people are not even getting fucking registered.
I understand what
and they don't have to get the jab either.
They're trying to do. I get they're trying to make a point, but it's these.
Okay, so you got the point. Yeah. So it worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. But I hope they offer a solution. I've watched this clip, Anthony, but do you recall in this clip, did they give a solution?
I think they all did give a solution, some of them, but I don't know. I don't think none of them did. I don't think any of y'all did.
These are people you're playing with. These are
people you're playing with. What about all the Americans that are living, including the Mexican immigrants that do live and are Americans legally living by the border and what they're living with?
real live people with children.
Taxpayers.
Yeah.
Children and older people. And, you know, we can work it out, but if you're going to be.
Children, older people. No mention of the cartels? No mention of cartels. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did they know who they were picking up and taking over here? Or did they just kind of be like, oh, let's just take you guys and bring you over here? Like, did they do any type of...
That's a great question. So
I'm
be more specific. I'm sorry. Do you want to know? So in the border right now, there's no control. It's a completely open border. The government, our president, their administration, they're not doing anything. They're letting it happen. They're not sending troops, Coast Guard, Homeland Security, nothing.
All these people in this case that they just flew over in planes, how did they, like, you know...
Texas is sending them anywhere they can to get them out of Texas because they already are overwhelmed, right? So they got plenty. They got plenty of them. So they can't handle it. They can't even handle part of it. So they sent them other places. So the I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, that the specific groups that have been being sent to Florida, I believe it's not the governor of Texas that's making it happen. I believe it's the current administration making that happen. And DeSantis has already said, stop doing that. And why don't you send them up by your place? So he started sending them. And so did Texas governor started sending them to New York, again, to these Democrat blue cities that are so in favor of it. Well, if you're so in favor of it, then let's send them there. And that's the thing. And Martha's Vineyard, who lives there? Predominantly who? Not only the rich and the elite, right? But a lot of leftists that are rich and elite. So why not send them there? You guys have more money than the average American. Why the fuck are we just letting them run around? I just saw a whole bus drop off in Philadelphia a couple weeks ago. I saw them sleeping on the sidewalk on my way to Whole Foods. You could tell. I speak Spanish on top of that. But I didn't even have to talk to them to see that they had a duffel bag, and they don't even know, because they don't know the city, that is not a corner or a street that they should be sleeping on. People that are homeless and are from the city, they know where the fuck to go. They know where to hide. They know where they're going to get. These people clearly don't even fucking know. They get dropped off and they just pop a squat first place they can.
Yeah.
Who's helping them? Whoopi? Whoopi, come to Philly, baby. New York said they can't handle the immigrants that have been sending there.
Yeah.
Well, if New York can't, Florida can't, Texas can't, what the fuck?
Yeah, where are you going to send them? The middle of Wyoming and in the middle of the...
And they're coming raped, pillaged, drugged, drug stuffed up their asshole. Tell me one thing about that fucking view. Ugh.
Be a bonehead.
This is why I don't watch them. How the fuck am I going to watch people that lie and don't give a shit about you and act like they are so caring?
Yeah.
You make me sick. I don't give a fuck what your color is, what your sex is. This is sick. This is fucking sick. I've helped people. I still do to this day. I can talk to these people. I care. I pick them up from the streets. I do it every day. I treat them with dignity and love, and I bless them. Fucking asshole. Remember when she fucking said that stupid Jewish shit months ago, and they fucking gave her a strike, they gave her a week off? If that would have been anybody else, she wouldn't have been there. Why is that? Why?
Because she's an old black lady?
Exactly. It's like, don't talk race and politics if it's not going to work both ways. You know what I'm saying? There should be no hypocrisy here. And again, she already has millions and billions, whatever the fuck. Why does she have to come back? Can't she retire? It seems like I'm picking on Whoopi. You see what I'm saying, Anthony? I'll point something out, and then all of a sudden, it's easy to be like, well, what the fuck? You know, you got something against this person. No, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to feel nothing? I'm supposed to just fucking let her talk to me like I'm a fucking idiot?
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've been in places where I was treated with racism. I still do.
Trying so hard to talk.
I'm trying so hard to talk.
So
The Karen is coming out, yo. I swear. The Karen is coming out.
How is that a fucking Karen? In my country, it's called being Spanish.
I know.
I'm an American, but you know what I'm saying? In my country, we call it being a bullfighter, motherfucker. And here it's a fucking Karen? I'm not out there fighting. Marissa, you've been on the street with me. Anthony, you've been on the street with me. Have you ever seen me act like a Karen on the street? Never. No, I got too much life, class, dignity, character, self-fucking-love to not act like a fucking asshole in the street. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here fucking yelling at somebody at the supermarket. Believe me, I want to. When they act retarded and they, especially this left-right bullshit. Right. But I what's the point on it? What's the point? I remember walking across the street with my friend Elliot, and this was like during the whole, 2020. And we're going to Trader Joe's, and again, I refuse to wear the mask, period, for every reason that I have. Like, nothing with politics, and if it was I don't give a shit. It's my freedom, right? And this couple's walking towards us. We're going the opposite, and we're crossing the street, and they went like this. And they covered their mouth like, hey, your mask. And I looked at a woman. I could have yelled. I could have done all kinds of shit. And I go, yeah, thank you. God bless you too. And they were so pissed that they didn't get to tell me what the fuck to do. And then I gave them a God bless you. Fuck with that, motherfucker. That's the way I'm a Karen. But when I'm talking in a discussion with you, and everybody, when we're in a discussion, I'm being Olga. And that's the sad part, that who the fuck was I before Karen existed?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've defended people of race, all races. I still do it. I do it every fucking day because I got the balls to fucking do it. I got people, I just bumped into one that I haven't seen in years. She worked at a restaurant I was managing. She got treated like shit. I defended her in front of the whole staff, the kitchen, you name it. I mean, I go, there's story after story after story. Whoopee, tell me one. Give me one motherfucking story. One.
Who wants to play with you? Mm-hmm. I call me crazy, but I don't understand why you got to be nasty.
I'm being passionate. Let's not confuse passion with a fucking Karen who's fucking deranged.
We all know there's a problem. Let's figure out what to do.
Oh, that's it. We all know there's a problem. Oh, now you're talking about it because they're in Martha's Vineyard. So let's not make this political. The truth is, he got your attention. And then wait. And did she say we? Let me get that again. I'm gonna hold her to it.
We all know there's a problem. Let's figure out what.
Let's figure out. Now, can somebody tell me how Whoopi's gonna figure out how to solve the problem? She says, let's. Who's let's, Whoopi? Is let's the women on The View?
I was gonna say, what do you think they
None
would
of them.
do?
Ain't none of them ready for that.
Exactly. So why are you talking? Why do you still have a fucking job? You don't need the money, and she makes $97,000 a month. What kind of food does she eat that she needs $97,000 a month? Tell me. Hey, Whoopi, how about you give someone your salary, everybody on The fucking View, make it public, go to the newspapers, and say, yo, send more migrants to New York. We've got the money.
Yeah. We'll save them. We'll house them. We'll put a little bit.
Go ahead. I dare you.
Yeah,
but they were saying they were promised to get a job and get a house and all the other stuff. They were saying that they were promised to get that, and that's why they just send them away from But it's like I don't think like I do. Like I watch The View. I watch The View sometimes.
I used to watch it before they got stupid. I did. I used to watch it like 10 years ago, and then they started getting stupid in 2010, more than 10 years ago, and I was like. Man, I used to love you guys. Fuck. And they haven't, every time I want to give them another chance, a new people on the panel.
Meghan McCain was in there. She got out quick.
Dude.
She got out quick.
And that was on national television, and people are just letting that shit happen? Why?
Yeah.
If she was Hispanic or any kind of color, the Republican bullshit. She had good arguments. Yeah. Some people think she's a dumb bitch. I don't think she was. But
But she was sticking up for her father because Trump was talking shit about her father a lot around public.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yo, like I'm not going to allow this dude to come because what I call him because I call him fuck. We call him as black people in a way we call him fuck 45. We call him fuck 45 because that dude is by far the most
Marissa,
craziest
do you know what that
dude
means?
I've ever seen.
Fuck 45?
We call him fuck 45. That's what we call him.
What is that?
That means he's a 45th president. And
oh,
so that's what we call him. So that's what we call him. We call him that as the whole black community is we all do. So when he says crazy shit like, and he was talking shit about the McCain, the father, and she comes out and she defended him because he died, and she's not going to allow that to happen. But then she's starting to believe a lot of other Trump things that she said. Then they started coming after her, like you just said, like you just played like Whoopi came at her every time.
Do you think if I was sitting at that fucking table and I'm not a Republican, we've made that clear, right?
Yeah.
You think? Real quick, hold your thought. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna finish this for all. You already watched it, but just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember everything they said. And Marissa, please, we're gonna leave a couple more minutes. That's it, and I'm gonna be done. And no more fucking Karen out of you, brother.
I didn't say. Listen, I didn't
get your
say
Karens
that.
right.
I was saying people might. I'm just focused.
If I'm a Karen, I'm a
saying.
Karen with a C, because I care. How corny is that?
People gonna type it. People gonna type it on Twitter. Olga, Karen, yo.
All right. I'm gonna play this, and that's it. I swear. I'm so sorry, guys. You guys are the best. I love you so much, and everyone in the live chat. We're coming, and Marissa, I think I've seen you. You're the best. Love you guys. Thank you for being here.
What is the scope of the problem?
Much love.
Because I think this is just political theater. Yeah. If you think about it, everybody called.
Why is it political theater? Again, they just use the rhetoric because they keep using it. Because how is that political theater? Human beings were put on a plane and dropped off to a location. How is that a theater? That's not theater.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. Use your fucking words right, Sonny.
Obama, the deporter in chief, and the Republicans seem to have forgotten about
Wait.
that.
Again, if you're putting each other down, how do you expect me to respect you? I don't even take you serious as a fucking adult. Look what she just said.
I think this is just political theater. Yeah. If you think about it, everybody called Obama the deporter in chief, and the Republicans seem to have forgotten about that.
Again, the waving of the hand, the eyes.
It's the pettiness.
Don't talk serious. Don't act like you're talking serious when you do shit like that. Because you just fucking, that shit went right out the fucking window. I don't care who the fuck you are.
9 months, the Trump administration carried out 400,000 expulsions. During Biden's first full 18 months in office, U.S. border authorities have carried out over 1.7 million expulsions. So we have had many more expulsions during the Biden administration than we even had during the Trump administration. The issue with the Trump administration was the cruelty was the part. Because he was separating families and separating children when the Obama administration, now the Biden administration doesn't do that. I will say this, Martha's Vineyard is...
Again, so because the Biden administration doesn't separate the children that are also being sex trafficked, enslaved, human trafficking of children.
It's fine because their families are together, so it's fine. It's a warm, happy story about.
But that's not true, because most people don't even know who these kids belong to. Some of the kids don't even make it, and then when they do make it, nobody fucking knows what to do with them. Pedophiles are waiting all in line, waiting. Bring them here. We can take them.
My happy place. It's my home.
Again, they're making this political. By speaking the way they're speaking right now in this clip, in this show, they are making human lives political. They are. Why aren't they talking like me? Because if I was in that fucking panel, I'll make McCain look like a fucking saint. Because I'd be like, yo, Sonny, I would say exactly what I'm telling you guys. I would love to be there.
Summer there. I wrote a book about it called
But they would fucking yell. They'd put their hand in my face. They use words like mansplaining and all that bullshit. Again, it's so low. I have no respect for
place, and I'm happy that they are there because it is a place that...
Not just The View, okay, guys? Just Just have a fucking real conversation.
Historically has allowed people from other places. Black people was the only place in our country, one of 3, that allowed black people in the late 1800s to own property and beachfront property. So welcome to Martha's Vineyard.
Well,
I think the barrier to entry is a little high, though. Cost of
Why are they clapping?
Yeah, I hate
Why are they clapping?
Good job.
Go ahead. I was going to say that. I think that DeSantis and Abbott both think they're going to send these undocumented people to sanctuary cities and liberal cities, really.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. It's Martha's Vineyard.
Right.
And
Okay, now somebody's talking some truth here. Okay.
Massachusetts,
Sag Harbor, I've heard.
Sag
respect
Harbor,
you. I
places
respect
like
her
that,
for
and
that.
they think that these what they call limo liberals are going to be rejecting of it. But you know what? In Martha's Vineyard, they accepted these people. They said they're feeding them.
Oh my God. They accepted those people. Let me go back.
I want to see what these people are doing in 2 months from now. Not right now.
Oh, yeah. Get this.
Please tell me that at least 50% of them aren't out of work, homeless.
Yeah.
Pulling up that clip that we were watching before earlier. Because there was this person that's been around all over. I don't know if you guys seen it. They've already made memes about it. Oh. You know what? Well, there was this woman. I'm sure you guys have seen it. She had blonde hair. Look it up later. Marissa or Anthony, whether you've seen it. They were not welcoming. They were not. When they didn't have a choice, they had to do something and pull their resources together. But we still don't know where they sleep and where are they going. And are they shipping them out, or can they stay in Martha's Vineyard because she said, we don't have room here?
Yeah.
But now, because the world has eyes on Martha's Vineyard, now they're going to do something about it so they don't look bad. But let's see, like you said. Let's see, like you said, tomorrow, the next day. Exactly. But I do not believe, if I was the governor of Florida or whatever, and you send me illegal immigrants, and I have to deal with them, why me? Why not everybody? Why not let's split it even? Send them to all the states. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's I don't think it's great that they send them to New York either. That's not a great place for them to be the homeless rate over there and
taking care of them because these are good people in Martha's.
Look at her. These are good people. Is she talking about the immigrants?
How do you know? Did you meet them? Did
These
you
people,
talk to
said
them?
they're feeding them, they're taking care of them because these are good people in Martha's Vineyard. The person that they do not want.
They're taking them in, they're feeding them. Look at that. Cots? How long are they going to be in those cots?
Is Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz was kicked out of Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Now that is the way to do it.
You could say he was.
See, to me, they sound evil. Yeah, Dershowitz was kicked out. And don't get me wrong, I think Dershowitz is a pedophile, personally. And he was in Pedo Island, you know what I'm saying? Little Epstein bullshit. I don't think he's a fucking saint. But the fact that you're sitting there, they're like salivating. What do you see what I'm saying, Anthony? Like, that's not me taking sides.
Yeah.
I'm watching this human being
out of Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Now that is the way to do it.
You could say he was deported from.
And she's a comedian, right? So she's supposed to be kind of funny, but how's that funny?
This is my issue, though. This past weekend, Vice President Kamala Harris, who's been tasked with kind of overseeing the crisis at the border.
What has Kamala Harris done, Anthony? She's not at the border.
No.
Exactly. If she was doing her fucking job, they wouldn't have sent those people to Martha's Vineyards. But at the same time, why not Martha's Vineyard? Why can it not be Martha's Vineyard? Do you see what I'm saying? It's because the rich are there. So now you're going to call it a political move and a political theater. No, that's a fucking smart-ass fucking chess move. That's what I would do. I don't even care if everybody on the island is Republican. Do you get what I'm saying?
Border is secure.
It's these people that don't give a shit.
They don't have to deal with the problem.
Yeah, they live in their bubble.
Yeah.
Off our money. They go into politics with a few thousand and they leave them billionaires. What the fuck is that?
It's not. This is a problem that both parties for decades bear responsibility for.
Okay, now somebody's saying some
Now that I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree
We're on
with
track
that.
to have more
Yep.
than 2 million undocumented migrants come to the U.S. by the end of this month. I studied this issue while I worked on it in Congress. 1 in 3 women who make that journey will be sexually assaulted. You have millions and millions of pieces of drugs coming in, of pounds of fentanyl coming in.
Let me guess. Is she a Republican?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean?
And she worked for Trump too. Like she worked in the office. So
I don't even know who this woman is. Do you see what I'm saying? If I was so into politics, I would fucking know. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I said in the beginning, I said it now, and I'm not a fucking Karen unless you spell it with a fucking C.
You gonna let me get a tap for that?
No, but this is why I wanted us to do this live instead of us talking on the phone about it. Remember?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we were going to get into it. And I said, you know what? Do you mind joining me on the live and putting it out there so that other people that are thinking the way you are can see?
Yeah.
See
Yeah,
the more real me. I'm just trying to be as real as possible.
Yeah.
But this is one-sided. It's not the same. You know, even when I reply to comments, it's not the same. Like that, by the way, I did look up that incel comment because it was bugging me. He goes, "You are wrong about incels. I don't play video games and I don't have anything I can improve to get a woman."
It's not true.
It's
not true.
Wait,
either you're lying about the video game, because then what do you do with yourself? Maybe he reads books. Maybe he reads sci-fi books. No, and he continues and he says, "What did you do to self-improve to get a man?" Question mark to me. "Nothing, because you just exist and guys like you." What? Oh my God. I can tell him stories that'll make him I'll make him fucking cry in 10 minutes if I tell him the kind of shit I've been through. You are not better than us. Good, how about that? So he's a defensive, he's attacking, and don't get me wrong, I love all kinds of comments. I want people to tell me what they really think and feel. But I have to rebuttal to this one because it's going, yo, what I'm doing is actually trying to help people like you. How do you not see that? Because they're not listening? Because think about it. You are not better than us. Did I ever say I was? Why do you assume that I think I am? Give me an example, right? And he goes, "We don't need to self-improve to get you interested."
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how are you going to get a job? If you don't have to become a better worker, how are you going to get hired? Anthony, do you see? Now, maybe this person's 13 years old. I don't know.
I play video games too. And I feel attacked when he said that. So, like, for real.
Well, because I said in the video games, one of the stereotypes of incels are kids, boys that play video games all day long. Because what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
If you're involuntary celibacy, so you're not dating, so you're masturbating, and what are you doing with the rest of your time? If you're not dating or being social, what? Most of them do play video games. I know people personally that do this. Literally. And they're on the app, on Tinder, trying to get women. I'm like, but you don't look good. Your game is weak. And you're overweight, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you know one person I'm talking about, Marissa, you do too. And I personally helped that person lose 100 pounds, literally, in under 6 months. That improved their attitude big time. That improved their game on the Tinder. But regardless, they're still playing video games. And I'm like, the more you play video games, wherever you put your energy at, yeah, you work all day. So this guy's educated, plays video games, but that's his whole fucking life. He goes to work from 8 to 5 and then plays video games all night and literally masturbates. And he's so sick of masturbating that he's even given up on that. And the only thing he does to find a woman is to go on Tinder. And he's got no luck, and he's been doing it for 3 years. He started to get more confidence when he lost weight. So all these things have to do. Like, anyway, so we don't need to self-improve to get you interested. Wouldn't work anyways. How self-defeating is that, guys? All you and we care about is looks. Again, I don't know if they even speak English correctly or they're young. And this other guy replied and said, "Took the words right out of my mouth, brother incel." So they're admitting they're incels. And he gives me a thumbs up, or gives him a thumbs up to his comment. He goes, "She represents incels like wild misrepresented." No, excuse me. She misrepresented incels like wild misrepresented Jordan Peterson. Now you tell me. You guys know me even on a personal level, and you worked with me. Oh, what happened? Marissa's gone. Marissa, I'm sorry. What happened? Was it me?
Timed out. My phone just like glitched.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't hang up on you. I didn't.
Oh, they got into her too.
So what do you think about that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, why? I can see why they think that. Especially when you're blonde. Again, I had my hair red, blonde, and I've had men treat me completely different. And they typically I get more attention blonde, but I'm not going blonde because I want more attention. I literally go blonde because when I was brunette or red, men were afraid of me. At least as a blonde, they think I'm dumb until I open my mouth. And then they get the fucking Karen. Okay. Meaning, I got a good sense of humor. You know that, man.
Like, trend all day, yo.
So what'd you think about that whole move, Marissa? And she's the one that's not in politics at all. So you and me, we got something to say about both. But Marissa's like completely, right? You're like, you don't get involved.
Yeah. I just don't even, I try to not even form an opinion because I feel like even my opinion is, I don't know enough about it to even have a good opinion. But I do think picking up people and dropping them off in strange locations is not the best way to go about.
That's a good point, but what are they supposed to do? There's hundreds and thousands coming in through Texas. Where do they put them? And why should Texas be the ones with the burden?
Yeah.
Why isn't that's the president's job?
I just
one of the few jobs the president has, and I'm not talking about the president because we already know they're all puppets. Okay, let me make that very clear. But it's our government that's supposed to be securing the borders. Mm-hmm. So why aren't they busing them in military buses? They're not. They're putting our tax-paying money of the state and all responsibility on us. So what do we do with hundreds of thousands of people? Where do we put them? They don't fit in Texas. They've already at full capacity, and they got crime to deal with at the border. So how about while I'm fighting the bad guys, the bad immigrants, not the good immigrants, the bad guys. How about while I'm fighting them, you bring your buses and get these people out of here and give them something. Mm-hmm. Have a shelter for them. They're not doing shit.
I feel like the whole process is still just fucked. It's not going to be good either way. We can't leave them all in Texas, but we also can't just keep taking 20s, 30s, 40s of them and dropping them in locations and thinking that location can fix them, fix the problem. Just relocating isn't fixing the problem.
I agree. I don't think it's to fix the problem. I don't think I'm pretty confident to say that
it's just
if I sent you a plane to your backyard when you're saying keep letting everybody in without registering them, because on Ellis Island they got registered. That little Statue of Liberty got everybody registered. So we're not registering anybody at all.
Who's even keeping track of all these?
They're nobody because they can't. They're overwhelmed. They're not being picky. It's not about separating the parents. It's not about anything else but
get them out.
It's an invasion. You know what an invasion is?
Yeah.
That's when we're not defending ourselves,
mm-hmm.
we're being invaded.
Yeah. And they're making it worse by
that's my point.
All over the place. Yeah.
So I don't think it's a political move. I would literally do the same thing. If I'm a business owner and I can't house these people, I'm going to send them to whoever the fuck said they should come.
Yeah.
And Martha's Vineyard where's the other most political place in the country? Where are all the leaders living at? Where are they living at? Where do they have mansions at? Where are they? They're predominantly Martha's Vineyard. I think they also dropped off a bus in front of Kamala Harris's place in D.C. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's a political move. I think it's a chess move. Like, you're not hearing my problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you tell your husband, if you're married and you tell your husband or wife, both male, female, whatever, do the dishes, they don't do the dishes. I remember I was there once and the guy didn't even give a shit, didn't appreciate the laundry. So guess what I did? I decided to quit one day. I ain't doing your laundry no more. Guess what happened to him? He flipped the fuck out. Well, you treat me like shit, and you're not even fucking me every day. This was my reality. I'm fucking 20 years old, you know? I'm in my prime. We're married, whatever. What the fuck? The motherfucker let the clothes pile all the way to the fucking ceiling until he ran out of clothes. And I was the bad guy.
Because you didn't do laundry?
Because I didn't do his laundry. Because I spoiled him and I did everything. Dude, I not only did his fucking laundry, I ironed his underwear.
Oh my
okay? God. Like, he would make jokes that when he put his underwear on, they would cut his ass. Because of the pleats. Because of the pleats. You know what I'm saying? Like, even his whitey tidies, my shit would be like folding it. I mean.
Now, does he have dookie stains?
Girl, I was such old school. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, were there any dookie stains left in that underwear?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I fucking washed them by hand before I even put them in the washing machine. No. This guy would come home from work and I'd put his slippers on at the door. His meals were cooked and served, homemade from scratch, and with a little, as a dessert, if not appetizer. And I'm not, do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, the move of sending these buses anywhere, especially all the motherfucking leaders that are not doing their fucking job, that's definitely a place to do it. Yo, take care of your shit. Take care of your shit. Why is it DeSantis' problem? Do you see what I'm saying? Why is it Abbott's problem in Texas? So I'm just talking like a mom and as a teacher at this point. You see what I'm saying? And that's why it's sad that I sound, when I'm pointing a finger or making an observation that I call a spade, as a political fucking, do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Matter of fact, if these bitches didn't give me fucking agitas looking at their stupid faces, I swear to God, I would do a live every morning right after The View. I'm going to view The View. I probably should do it, but they fucking put me in a bad mood.
They will welcome you, and then they will
tear me up. Oh, I've seen their sharks. They're nasty ass sharks.
Especially if you were in that guest, if you were a guest, I bet you'll be sitting next to Sunny, because she's the most savage motherfucker.
Look at oh shit! Seen.
And I say this with a passion, and I'm telling you, if you were the guest, you would sit next to Sunny. She would be the first person to do that. She would be the first person to do that.
I would love it. With me being Latina, I'm like white and Latina and all kinds of shit. I would love for them to, how they're going to strike on me. I'm not a politician, and I'm a minority, and I'm a woman. I would love that shit. Guys, make it happen. Anybody? I'm not going to ask for it. They need to fucking come to me. No, because I know you're right. And I can handle it. I'm not afraid of them at all. It's the fact that they will not let you talk. They will not. And they'll cut it off. Like, I've seen Whoopi lose it and like, we got to go. We're going to take a break. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm not going to have a fair say, but I would love for the world to even see 5 seconds of a minority woman who's white, who doesn't look like the stereotype. I would love to shatter their bullshit. That's all. Just that man is a pig, Olga. Out of all the comments that came to I was like, what? What's he talking about? Yeah, he was a pig. He did go to therapy for 4 years after we got divorced. And yeah, he looked me up 10 years later. He's like, I'm almost 100%, cured. I just need you to say that you forgave me. And I'm like, I forgave you when I fucking left, because I fucking knew you were an idiot. You know what I mean? He was older than me.
But he likes the beauty of you. Like, he likes the beauty, but even though he's crazy, but I mean, because when I look at you now, you look like Lady Gaga. I'm just being straight up honest.
You're talking about me?
Yeah, you.
People say that shit all the time. Now, I could buy that one before I buy a Karen. That I look like a Karen. And by the way, did you just say I look like Lady Gaga?
You from a face and the hair distance.
No. Here's what you mean to say.
Yeah.
You mean that she looks like me. Because I'm older than her.
Yeah, can you say like Monte,
I'm
can you
messing
sing
with you.
like
I say
her?
this to everyone. Wait. Who plays video games too?
Oh, Shannon said he plays video games. I do. I feel attacked. Why you say that, yo?
Wait, Shannon
feel
plays
attacked
video
when you
games?
said that. Shannon
Dude,
said-
there's nothing wrong with video games. But if you're not getting laid and you're miserable, the video games are not helping you. They're just not. Damn, I'm Marissa, thank God you're on it. You're on you got the live chat today.
Oh yeah.
Because I went off. Eminem, welcome. Too many people. Let's see. Do you guys see this? Too many people are distracted and indoctrinated by the education system. Yeah. TV, movies, and the lying MSN. Mm-hmm. All by design, absolutely. To implement the one world government currently being implemented. Right. See, that's my point, right? For those who know this and know it clearly, Eminem. But my issue is that I keep getting thrown into this bullshit. And it's like, I didn't even choose to play the game, so leave me the fuck out of it. So now I'm forced to open my mouth, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to play the game, but you know what? Someone's got to be the disruptor. And the fact that I'm getting thrown into whoever wants me on their side, like I'm a fucking rag doll, that's what's making me really fucking speak up. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want to teach people or lecture them. I want to lead by example of showing who I really am, and maybe other people will show themselves too. And stop playing these games. Like Tim Cast, I used to watch him. I discovered him during COVID, but regardless, I enjoyed it. It was great, especially during the whole C thing. I just fucking said the word by accident. See what I'm saying? Because I don't want to fucking filter myself. But guess what? I was tired of hearing the argument of the left and right, even if he was right, even if his arguments were always on point and calling out hypocrisies and whatnot. But guess what? If that's all, I didn't know he was only going to talk about that. Even if they do talk about some cultural pop stuff. My thing is, every time I fucking hear the word the right or the left, I lose it. You know what I mean? Stop even saying the fucking word. Stop it. Because if the left are the idiots or the most brainwashed, just like the MAGA deranged people. By the way, any MAGA person listening, bless you. I'm for it. I'm for whatever makes you fucking happy. You know what I mean? Go Trump. Go Trumpsters. If you're a Trumpster, I don't care. If you're a Biden supporter, whatever. But that's got nothing to do with us. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if politics is a game, then let's leave it a game. But it's affecting us. It's affecting our life. It's affecting our families, our friendships. For no good fucking reason. So these guys can just take more and more money. Like what you said about the Queen. And so did you also, Marissa. Like, okay, let me shut the fuck up.
An hour and 40 minutes in, she's like, oh.
Albert Rios, what's he say? Olga looks like a human full of life. Thank you, Albert. See, some people get my ass. Lady Gaga looks like a zombie.
Hey, but the zombie can sing though.
You know what? I agree with him. I used to love her. And although I know she's just a supporter and all that stuff, I still supported and loved her work. But now when she talks and she's got her lips all injected, why? Why? And she's like, I'm going. And she sounds more, I don't know.
I'm sorry. She freaks me out after she wore that meat dress to like the VMAs or something. After that, I was like, girl.
You know what? Then I still felt like, she's being sensational, right? And again, that's performance stuff. But no, now when she's got like serious interviews and she's got her lips and she can't even move them, and she's like, I know, like, I'm like, shut up. She's trying to act like she's into politics and she's
There are a lot of celebrities that try to get into politics for real.
Because guess who's paying them?
Well, exactly. I feel like all they need to do is figure out what more than half of their fan base is, and then just pick that side. And then
I like that one.
Oh yeah, look at
That's the other reason why I how can people hate the MAGA? That's why I told you I'll wear a fucking MAGA hat even if I don't consider myself a MAGA. I'll fucking wear it just to piss everybody that doesn't like it. Who would disagree with making America great again? Great again? Absolutely, absolutely. That's my point. Mm-hmm. Doesn't the left want that too? Of course they do. But now it's a.
But but most of the people just when they see MAGA, they think of January 6th and see how those people how they did.
Yeah, and where do they get that from? RD or The Views and the NBC and CBS.
Yeah.
And CNN of the fucking world.
Yeah. And then
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what I'm just saying, like with the sports company, how, one of the Washington Commanders players, the defensive coordinator, he was talking about saying, well, what happened to the summertime of 2020? Because how BLM, how we did it, attack the properties and you doing all this other stuff. And all I'm saying is like, we were fighting for a purpose. Because listen, I'm not with the looting and the rioting. I'm gonna say 100% to say that I'm not with that.
Do you see what I mean?
But yeah, because I'm not with the looting and the rioting. That's not how BLM should be like that. But we had a purpose because we were getting mistreated by police and all this other stuff and the police brutality and all those how that occurred too. But the way that the MAGA people did it, they attacked the Capitol. And they were looking for certain people because certain people disagrees with Trump did, and they were looking for the vice president because he didn't want to overturn the election, which I still don't believe the election was not stolen. And
which one? Both of them?
Huh?
Do you agree they were both stolen both times?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The election. Do you believe it was stolen in 2016 and also stolen in 2020?
2016, no. I don't believe the election was.
So you believe Trump won straight up?
I believe Trump won straight up, even though I hated him. But I don't believe I don't believe the election was stolen at 2016. 2020, I don't believe that was stolen either.
See, I believe that we don't. Ever since voting went digital, I do not believe that it's not being manipulated.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all the way going at least from 2000, maybe before 2000, but by the 2000, I knew then. Because if you know technology and you know the systems that they're using, then there's no fucking way that you cannot fuck with them. The only way is that you'd have to come in person with ID and a piece of fucking paper. That's the only way to ensure. And even that, because I've been to these places just like they showed us on video of people counting, not counting. You can't get fucking people to work as a cashier at a fucking Walmart and do their job. Like the simple shit, right? Yeah. And you're going to tell me that nobody makes any mistakes when they're counting ballots?
But almost
that's just even if you do it manually.
Yeah, but almost like every person that they were all looking at them, like when they were people here in Philadelphia, like every single Republican was over here looking at everybody. So it wasn't like nobody miscounted. I don't think they all miscounted it. They were all counted. But when they were and especially when they were specifically choosing like 2 black people and they said their names and now they're on the January 6th committee. I mean, the show and how they were, that was like, and I watched that too, because I want to know the truth of what happened. Like Trump was saying like their names, like he said their names and they had to change their name because they were being attacked because they couldn't go outside. They couldn't do anything. So everything they were doing, like they were being attacked by the MAGA group. That's what I'm just saying. Like everybody, if you see a MAGA person, they're going to think of January 6th.
Hold on.
That's why.
No, I get it. But again, if the media didn't pull out the propaganda, because by the way, an insurrection is not what it was.
Yeah.
If you look at the definition of insurrection. So again, anybody can just say shit. And again, like you said earlier, Marissa, you say a lie enough, it becomes true. Period. End of the motherfucking story. Eminem. Or MM.
Eminem?
I hope that, I don't know how you want me to call you, MM. I guess MM, right? I shouldn't call you Eminem. But anyway, Anthony is wrong. Jan 6 was all part of a clown show to take down Trump and his followers, and the 2020 election was definitely stolen. In capital letters. I agree. But I come from an instinctual, I believe in my gut. And I do not believe that Biden won. There's no fucking way. Not a cell in my body says that he did, regardless of the discrepancy of the actual election. But regardless if it's being stolen, I like that you mentioned the Jan 6 thing, because how many people were actually MAGA people that were wearing MAGA hats? Where's the investigation of the people that could have easily dressed up as MAGA We don't fucking know, do we? Because we're not even asking people. We're acting like a third world country, CCP, communist China, and just taking people that were even just there. Even journalists locked up in solitary confinement. You think that's right? No due process. Not that you're innocent, innocent until proven guilty, right? Why would you do that? Talk about a political fucking theater move. How can you fucking be, not you, but anybody who's a left or Democrat, how the fuck do you think that's right if it happened to you?
Right. So for Eminem, okay, I understand like that, and you're right. You disagree with me. I mean, that's fine. And you say the election was that it was stolen. I don't believe it was stolen. But
did you see the documentary 2,000 Mules?
No.
I'm going to recommend it.
Okay.
I'll even put it on the link below. We'll talk about it. But guys, go ahead and finish. Anything else you want to say? Why? Because I thought I said no more than an hour. Look at us. It's 2 hours, but I have to go now for sure. I love you guys, and thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting.
I
Guys,
love everybody in the chat. Don't attack me.
Anyone in the live chat right now, if you're in the live chat right now, and there's a message that you left that I missed, please, can you copy and paste it, and I'll read it right before we close. Because if you really wanted to say something or had a question for us or me, I definitely want to make sure I answer it live before we peace out. And if not, what's up, Anthony? Who cares? We don't have to agree whether the election was stolen or not. The point is, the point that you were trying to make from what I gather is that you're saying, hey, if the MAGA people didn't do that shit, maybe they wouldn't be so hated. But they were fucking hated since 2016.
Yeah.
So when you hate somebody, you're going to find any fucking way to fuck with them. That's the way it is. So I don't understand. When they call it Trump derangement syndrome, it's a real thing. Like, I didn't like the guy because I don't follow celebrities. But then when I started to see all the hate towards him, that's when I started to pay attention to him. It's the fucking haters that made me fucking like him. How about that shit? Instead of making me hate him, I fucking started liking the guy.
That's funny because that happened to me too. I hated him, and then I was like, you know what? Might be better than the other one.
Yeah, I got respect. I mean, he still has pizzazz. You don't have to agree with his politics, but he still knows how to deliver. He's got energy, bro. He's got some energy that if you just take the politics out of it, he wasn't on a celebrity on television, already a brand in itself, Trump, with The Apprentice and whatnot, if he did have a fucking personality.
I don't know. He still goes spray tanning way too much.
Yeah.
That's all he does. Every time he say, "You're fired." That's all he says.
You can definitely make fun of him a shit ton.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we gonna do that. Oh, yeah.
But, oh, thank you, Shannon. We love you too. I'm trying to put it up.
Thank you, Shannon.
Oh my God. I don't know why it does this. I'll click on the comment and there you go. I think it's almost like it has to do with like the internet speed or whatever. Although I have love y'all. Love you too, Shannon. Albert, what is it? Forget about whether you like Trump. Look at what he accomplished as a president. Absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And again, the propaganda machine doesn't fucking say the truth. It's like what Sonny just said in that little clip that we just watched. You know, the problem was that what we had an issue with the Trump administration is that they were separating the families. But they were engages before Obama. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why they lose all my respect. Just call a spade a spade. Just talk facts, bitches. But they don't want to admit that the party they chose is fucked up. I understand. It's like when you fucking pick the wrong person. Maybe the sex is great, but they're fucking mean or nasty or pathetic or losers. You know what I mean? And you're like, fuck, I don't want to break up because the sex is so good. Or vice versa. The sex sucks, but everything else is great. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but they can't. That's the thing. That's the funny thing. That there are the MAGA Trumpster crazy motherfuckers. And they're also the fucking Trump derangement left as well, where it's like, I don't give a fuck. I can see Biden eating children and I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? And both sides, it's the truth.
That is the creepiest face you just did. That
Peace,
goes in the
love,
thumbnail,
yes,
too.
Albert.
That goes in the
Albert.
thumbnail. Please put that in the thumbnail.
Peace, love, and so many blessings. You guys are the freaking best. I love you. You guys love you too. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I fucking did. Anthony, thank you for setting the record straight. And let me know, everyone, whether you're here live or watching the replay, let me know what you think about these guests. And if you'd like to see them more often, less often, whatever. Whatever. We're open, right?
Hell yeah.
Dog mentality coming tomorrow.
And if you haven't liked the butt, if you haven't liked the butt.
I like the butt.
If you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button if you like the content.
He's being canceled. No, she said.
Leave a comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, much love, everyone.
Adios.
Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.